Now it's time for the YouTube to start. Okay. To be able to hear the message. So hey, up here. So I have a dual setup. You'll see me looking up and down. So now we can get started. I always start out with the new moon and full moon with the rituals that I do with a collective energy read. I apologize this time. I do not have music. I was having some issues with my devices today. And so I made it to where things just did not go as smooth as I would have liked them to go. So hopefully you can hear me. I'm just going to propel forward. If you do happen to get in us here, down here where I'm streaming here, please make sure you mute yourself because if people hear you, they can't hear me. And participation obviously is encouraged. However, you have to be respectful. I do not pride myself in being rude or kicking anybody out, but if I have to clean house, I will because it keeps everything nice and smooth. All right, so like I said, please excuse me. My energy is running super low, but we're going to try to pull forward and go ahead. So we're going to start with the collective energy read, and I have really been favoring my Prism Oracle deck and using it to start almost every single reading that I do, whether it's personal or not. The Prism Oracle deck is just basically using colors and being able to Prism Oracle deck basically is using colors, tapping into your intuition with the magic of colors. As an artist, I study color theory, and I've always been able to hone into the power that colors and the effect that they have on the psyche. So we're going to start with that. How you doing? I'm good. How are you? Could you mute yourself, please, as we begin, if you would like to step in the box? Can you mute yourself, please, if you would like to stay in the box as I begin? Can I read myself? Mute yourself. Oh, all right. Thank you. All right. Spirit, I've been talking to you all day. So here we are again. I thank you for always meeting me where I am. Calling on the spirits of the highest white light of benevolence assigned to me and my collective that resonate with my soul essence. Ask for no messages of ill or no intent to come through, but we will take messages of warning to heed. Are you muted, love? Thank you that for everybody that's here, everybody that's coming. We're just gonna do a quick overall energy read for the collective. All right. So we're gonna figure out. Now, if you are a Sagittarius, I did on YouTube do something very different, and I did upload energy check-in for Sagittarius specifically because I'm a Sagittarius, Sun and Venus. So I thought to do something different this time, and now this card's gonna shoot out. I did something different this time. Hey geek, how's it going? I did something different this time and decided to do a Sagittarius check-in. So it literally just got uploaded maybe like 30 minutes ago because I was having some issues today, but it's okay. It's up there. You're a Sagittarius. Find it on my YouTube. All right, so right now we have passion. I'm gonna have to show in multiple places. Abundance actually came out second. Abundance and flow. So I'm gonna just say current energy. I didn't ask any specific questions. Normally with the 3-card spread, it's going to be energy coming in, current energy, and the energy leaving out. But I just asked for the current energy, passion, abundance, and flow. Y'all got some good energy. So let's keep going. Let's go ahead and clarify before we just go into detail. So obviously, it's pretty much self-explanatory with flow. Abundance does have coins on the card, but it doesn't necessarily have to specifically mean money, although money can be definitely included in that. Flowing, letting the energy flow, everything just kind of going the way that it should, and you flowing with it as well. Flow has water on it here, so be like water. You know what I used to tell when I teach anything about the elements? Water makes a way for itself. Like literally, like we learned in science and you know what I'm saying about like how rocks and mountains and different things, valleys were formed from water. Water is a force and water literally will make a way for itself. So as we're flowing right now, we need to definitely be like water. We need to be a force within ourselves. We need to go ahead and just flow with the natural way of things, but we're basically making our own path. It's a lot of passion and energy in the air, whether that's just emotion wise or whether that's just saying, you know what I'm saying, it's propelling you toward what you need to be propelled toward. It definitely is emotion wise. It's love came out right after that. Love is talking about allow it to pour in and out of you. So that's definitely going along with the flow. Whatever it is that you may be passionate about, whether this is a relationship, you know, person, place, or thing, but there's abundance here. So that means there's something coming in for this collective, a new beginning. Right when I said that, something coming in. This light up here is probably gonna be the death of me. I don't know if I should just take it down. It makes it way darker, but you might be able to see the cards a little bit better. A new beginning. I said it was something coming in because love and gratitude is basically what puts you in a position to be able to receive. So after love, then a new beginning, right? Clarifying the abundance card. So then next we have flow. So I'm just asking for one more cosmic guidance to clarify that. And that is the sun. So we have conscious mind, the masculine, the life force. I was just talking about water being that force, being like water. We're talking about shining, being in the divine masculine energy. Water is more so the moon. That the moon dictates the tide. Water is more so the feminine, but we had masculine. So that means there's a balance with these two. Flow like water, but then it's time to really be forceful at the same time with your conscious mind and the masculine energy and really stepping into your power, passion, abundance. Okay, so we had love, we had new beginnings. So basically, this is a time of gratitude, like I was saying, with the with the full moon, and that love and gratitude once again is how where the manifestation power actually can be harnessed. It can be utilized in and really making these things come to pass. I don't know what you guys decided to write as your intentions or your goals at the beginning of the month, and if any of you join me or not. But just know that if it hasn't, I was talking about that earlier, if it hasn't already happened, it's about to happen. So you should already be seeing some of those accomplishments and then basically having the courage to open up the new door for the new beginning. Because anytime it says door, it's the illustration that spirit gives me that you're right there. So basically, the difference between the life that you're living right now and the life that you're going to live is literally you just turning the knob and going on the other side. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the abundance lies. So if you basically have to ask yourself, you know what I'm saying, if you are you fueled, what are you fueled by that's going to take you into that next phase? Okay. And are you forcefully going through that door, or are you going through the door passive and kind of scared? Because that's not the energy of the sun at all. That's not a life force energy. It's being hesitant or being fearful to be able to just go after if you 100% know that you're aligning yourself with the life that's meant for you, then you should be busting through that door. You know what I'm saying? So this feels like good energy to me. I'm gonna go ahead and pull some angel numbers and messages to continue to clarify. We had passion, abundance, and flow, and then we had love, new beginning, and the sun. It feels like real good energy right now, right? Thank you, love. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see what our spirit has to say about. We got fears. There's really no room for that. I was just saying that stability right here. There's no room. Overkilling kills happiness. There's no room for hesitating. Like I was saying, go ahead and grab that knob and push on through. All right. Let's see what else we got here for the current energy. Full moon in Libra for the collective that is here. What angel messages? 111. Trust your gut and listen to your heart. Right. So when I was asking, like, what is it? What is the passion? What is the passion that's propelling you through that door? I literally just said to somebody less than an hour ago that it's a difference between your heart and your head as it pertains to spirit and natural. And so we need to be listening to our heart. In the natural, we've been told that don't listen to the heart because the heart's going to steer you wrong. That's when it's talking about emotions. That's when it's trying to detach us from the ego, which we don't want to operate in ego. But when we're talking about the spirit, your heart most definitely is what you need to be listening to. Your intuition and your heart are 100% connected. So there's a balance in all of that. You know what I'm saying? You cannot minus one from the other. Spirit and the spirit realm and the natural realm definitely go hand in hand. And there is a very delicate balance, a duality, maybe even some opposing forces as it pertains to the number 2 coming out, right? Continue to elevate. Continue to elevate. That's what spirit is saying right now. Flow. Go toward the abundance that's there with full force, life energy, and passion, because there's a new beginning that's like literally right there. But it's up for you for the taking. And if your heart isn't open, you're not listening to it, you're not being guided by love, then I mean, you're not going to be able to take advantage of it. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to just listen. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and, hold on. I'm going to go ahead and pull a little cartomancy to kind of like bring it all full circle. Just in case there's anything that we as a collective just need to like pay attention to or just be keen on. Please share the live for me. I'm not going to be on here long. I promise you. Tonight we're going to be in and out. But it is the full moon in Libra. And I'm just right now currently doing a collective energy read at this time, just to kind of get us started before we talk about gratitude. All right, new business opportunities, the 9 of Diamonds. This is the second time this card came out today. So are y'all ready to sign on a dotted line? Because there's going to be some stuff coming in. Your abundance and what you're flowing toward, what's on the opposite side of that door, is going to have something to do with a new business opportunity. Okay. All right. But obviously, though, here's where spirit is giving us a bit of a warning. So we had the Queen of Hearts and then the 5 of Hearts that came out right after that. So let's pay attention, because it's kind of inevitable, right? I hate to even think and look at stuff like this, but when we move into some blessings, especially when it's that money, it's some jealousy that's going to be there. Somebody is not going to be happy about what it is that spirit is gifting you, okay? It's some lucky people. I just split the deck on good fortune with the 10 of Hearts and financial help with the 6 of clubs. It's some lucky individuals on here that have either already been manifesting money or who have been praying about it, and it's there for you. Like, seriously. So you need to watch out, because it's gonna be some people that's not gonna be happy about it. And if it's you that's got this jealousy in your heart about anybody around you that has been receiving some blessings, then you need to get that in check, because the attitude of gratitude is the only way that you're going to be, and through love is the only way that you're going to be able to manifest what you want to manifest. We had broken promises, and then we had decisions. So maybe it's something going on where you have felt like, it to me, what I heard was not keeping a promise to yourself. Because earlier with the energy read for Sagittarius, we were just, what came up for us was feeling like we were kind of like off the course, that we had deadlines, schedules, routines, whatever, that we weren't keeping up with. So it seems like a broken promise to yourself, but it could also, because hearts is going to be love, relationships, home, stuff like that. So it's like something you didn't keep your word about, or somebody else may not have kept their word about, and then you may need to make a decision. Maybe that's where the jealousy maybe is coming into play, as it pertains to somebody who didn't keep their word, or somebody who there's not good communication with, maybe. Yep. Because I had dishonest person come out. So something happens. Somebody you don't have good communication with. I don't know, some lies going on, but that you have to make a decision, because, like I said, being presented with that door, you're at the point of having to decide: am I going to go through this door, or am I not going to go through this door? And it really doesn't make any sense to be putting yourself in this: am I going to, or am I not going to? Because you prayed for this. So what is it? Ask yourself, what is it that's stopping you from just going ahead and making a decision? But lies was there. Dishonest person came out. Are you lying to yourself? Are you attached to somebody else that's lying? Is there some energy that you maybe need to let go of? Because we had new love and friendship, and then we had wealth that came out right after that. So how is it that we can already have this sense of knowing what's on the other side of the door? It's not like it's something that we're not aware of, but there's something that's holding us back at the same time. So we got to figure out what that is, right? Figure out what that is, or just go ahead and eliminate it. Because I think, a lot of us, we kind of know what it is. On the split, we have shine, and then we have trust all will be well, because there's no room for worry, and there's definitely no room for doubt trying to move into a new phase. So these are the Moonology cards. Just go ahead and round out the current energy so we can keep it moving. But yeah, whatever this jealousy is, like I said, it could be coming from somebody who you don't have a good relationship right now with. Somebody who you feel like doesn't even tell you the truth. And you've been a kind person to this person or individuals, or whatever the situation may be. You may not be the one that's at fault, collective. But it's staying attuned to the divine and focus on the positive. Basically, fuck all of that. Don't even pay no attention to what's going on, because the jealousy is inevitable. You know what I'm saying? And you already know what you need to do about this dishonest person right here, because holding on to things, I tell people all the time, we can't receive with a closed fist. So holding on to things stops you from being able to receive something. You need to be having open arms, open mind, open heart, open hands. Literally in every way, shape, or form, you need to be open. Focus on the positive. Don't pay any attention to some of the bullshit that's going on or that's been said by this person that's not telling the truth in the first place. And a lot of times, you know how lies go. People have to convince themselves of it in order to convince somebody else. So then you don't even take it personal, because the person who's doing this lying, hopefully it's not you, collective. Hopefully it's not you. But whoever's doing this lying, you first are lying to yourself. You first are trying to convince yourself of something before it can even be convinced to somebody else. But this is saying attune into the divine. Attune into the divine. Okay, that's talking about your intuition. That's talking about paying attention to every sign, symbol, everything that's going on around you is not by mistake. So if you go ahead and put your focus on what you're supposed to be focusing on, because a lot of this bullshit with the jealousy, the lies, the dishonest person, and the broken promises, those are just distractions anyway. The only way that you're going to continue to elevate is to be able to pay attention to what spirit is saying. Listen to your gut and your heart. Trust your intuition with the 111, because it's a new beginning that you're right on the cusp of. And like I said before, it makes no sense for you to be stopping yourself from going into something that you prayed so hard for. Like we really wanted to get out of this mess, right? So what is the point of trying to hold on to something that just ain't right? A new love coming in, that these came out together, that wealth can actually be attached to, because this doesn't necessarily mean money. And these are both aces. One, all with a new beginning, starting over at one, right? This is what you asked for, guys. This is what you prayed for. This is what you wanted. Even if it was just in your thought process in your head, this is what you wanted. So it makes no sense to keep yourself stagnant or to be afraid to just go ahead and go through that door. And on the split, of course, there's the one. I was trying to just put it together, but that's the new beginnings right there, right? So that's what I was saying. Like it's literally right there. And it's like I said, it's some of us that already have began the new beginning. Others of us that listen more, talk less. Others of us that it's about to happen pretty fast. So I'm just going to stop with the collective energy with just a few more, any angel messages, any zodiacs, anything that you can say to a spirit. Listen more, talk less, pop right back out. All right. Dreams. Are there any dreamers on here? Dreams. Third eye chakra. Aries energy, which is what we are in Aries season right now. Aries is the fire sign. Any significance on the day on Tuesday, but we're right smack dab in the middle of Aries season right now. We're going to be transitioning out in just a few days. However, share knowledge when appropriate also came out. Third eye chakra came out after dreams, so it makes me feel like it's not just like dreams as far as your goals, but somebody is an intuitive. Somebody is an intuitive that needs to really listen, because you've been getting some messages in your dreams that you need to pay attention to. And you need to stop doubting what spirit is saying and second guessing what it is that you see. I definitely can assist with that. To my own horn here, but I am a dream interpreter. But as well as anybody that's led to me that resonates with my essence, it most likely is an intuitive, and I definitely try to help people to increase and enhance their spirit communication. So if that's you, please let me know. Might need to do a personal for you. But trust your intuition, see the truth, and pay attention to what is going on in your subconscious mind. Eliminate these distractions. I think a lot of us have been coming out of a time of solitude and silence, but spirit is still telling us that with the balance of it all, is we need to pay attention to when it's time to talk and when it's not time to talk. Okay. And that's where share knowledge when appropriate. Everything that we've been through, everything that, we learn, it's a time to share it. And sometimes it might not be. I definitely had to learn that today. I wanted to have a conversation. I put my foot down. Like, I'm going to have this conversation today. And No, it didn't happen. So that's completely okay because I'm learning. I'm learning to adjust and everything like that. Um, that is the collective energy right now. Is we about to go into some major things, and if they haven't already happened, you are right. It's you that's in the way of them happening. So everything that you pray for, everything that's going on, is definitely it's definitely you that's in the way of you. So let's not do that. Let's get out of the way of ourselves. Let's go ahead and trust that all the work that we put into this, into bettering ourselves, into doing the shadow work, into eliminating people that are not good for us, habits and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And really trying to be the best versions of ourselves. Let's actually make that shit work for us by tapping into this next phase, because I'm running through the door. You hear me? I have, man, past couple months I've gone through so much. It wouldn't make any sense for me to stay where I'm at, right? So that's the collective energy. Hopefully that resonated with somebody, anybody, everybody. And just for everybody to feel as if you needed that little push or that nudge to know that exactly what you needed and wanted and prayed for, it's actually going to happen. But you have to get out of your own way, right? Gratitude. With the gratitude ritual, I normally try to just encourage people to share with me some things that because the last time that I did a full moon, we were more so releasing. We were writing down things together that we wanted to release, and writing down things that we wanted to attract toward us. And that it was so intense and it was great. And I did the whole visual presentation of that we never got to gratitude this time, because I know I've been in a little bit of a funk. It would be really nice to just talk about some things that we are grateful for before we do the personals at the end, so then we can I can leave y'all to have a good night. So I don't know if there's anybody that would like to share, but anything that's been going on with you that's new, or just anything that's, it doesn't have to be anything new, but if it's anything new that's going on, anything that you just want to tap into this full moon. I keep saying new moon. I'm not sure why that keeps wanting to come out of my mouth. But I'm not sure who is here that joined me for the new moon. But during this full moon with being gratitude, if it's anybody that wants to discuss and talk about some things, maybe about 3 things. If I can get 3 things from anybody, you can leave it in the comments. You're free to come up. The boxes are open. It's right at 12 o'clock, so it's a good time to go ahead and transition to the next part of the live to talk about gratitude. What are some things that you are thankful for? This is going to boost your manifestation energy. So anything that you have been trying to accomplish, I teach on doing everything with love and out of gratitude, doing everything from the pureness of your heart and being 100% thankful for the present moment. That's what having gratitude is about. It's about acknowledging your present blessings so that you can receive more. It's nothing wrong with asking Spirit for what you want and really trying to align yourself with the life that is yours. But we most definitely need to be grateful. And what I like to call honoring Spirit with what we've been blessed with. Because not to say that what's yours is not going to still come to you, not to say that the blessings aren't flowing, but I really feel like it's offensive with us being here on earth, and we know how the spirit realm operates. We just have to get back connected to it. I think it's a little bit offensive to to not honor spirit with what you've been blessed with, and to just have this gimme, want more. And it's one thing for me to say you shouldn't have your fist closed, because that's not a way to receive. You need to be open. But this is another thing, because it's out of balance, to just have this gimme attitude with your hands open, but you're not grateful for the blessings that you already have, because it's a lot of times where we just need to center ourselves and focus and be in the present moment. You know what I'm saying? So this is those times of reflection to stop and to actually say, like, no, I'm going to not fixate on the future and what I want to happen, but actually be in the present moment. So if there's anybody who would like to share what the 3 things that they are grateful for, and we can kind of get the gratitude going on tonight. Anybody that would like to share 3 things? Hold on. I have to fix my incense. Okay. So let's see. What are the things that I am grateful for? Okay, so I'm gonna try to mix it up. I'm gonna try to say one thing that I'm grateful for that is a new thing that just happened. I'm gonna try to say one thing that I'm grateful for that's just like a standard set in my life. And then I guess just go with like whatever comes to me after that. So the one new thing that for sure that I'm grateful for is I did just receive a promotion and raise at my day job. And so I am eternally grateful for that, because I started a spiritual mentorship. And in my mentorship, one of the assignments, probably like 2 classes ago, if you can believe it, that I was like dragging my feet and was not operating out of the confidence that I also say that we should have all the time. It's like, when I say it's a journey and I say join me, I mean join me, because this is something that I have to learn and work on as well. So we were instructed to ask, you know what I'm saying, for money. And this is the first time I'm sharing this. I haven't even shared this with the group yet. But I had shared that I was nervous because I just never, that wasn't money is a tool, work is a toolbox, and yeah, make it to spend it and all those type of wonderful things that I teach about. But I realized I wasn't confident in asking just flat out for money. I didn't think that that's something that we should do, but it was like, no, you know what I'm saying? I do a lot of ancestral work, work with, like spell work and different things like that. So it was time for me to like get out of my own way for real and just go ahead and ask. And I still didn't really ask for what I thought I deserved. I just asked for what I thought was possible. But because my spirit team fucks with me heavy, because my ancestors knew, already what I was dealing with, I was offered a new position at my job that came with more money. And it's when everything's set, when the dust settles, I really feel like it's going to put me in a position to obtain the things that I had specifically asked for to spirit. So basically, that's what I'm thankful for. One of the things I'm thankful for is my new position with my day job, and the fact that it came with a raise, and that, I'm able to really step up. I'm having more confidence now within my position. I'm heading up a couple projects, talking more and like showing them my skills and being able to really like dig my heels down a little bit more with my job security. Like, it's really dope, because I struggled when I left my last relationship and really trying to like have my sense of self intact, to be able to like to the outside looking in, it looked like I never skipped a beat. However, with me, I knew I had some stuff going on. And so it really feels good to be on the opposite side of that. So that's one thing that I'm grateful for. Another thing that I'm grateful for, I said I was going to talk about a constant in my life that I'm grateful for. I am 100% grateful for my family. Grateful for my home life with my family, my children. I just was blessed with a grandchild. So I'm grateful that life is just happening, and the life cycle that I've been in tune with reincarnation has basically, unfolded right before my eyes. I'm just, grateful that they are a part of my soul family and that they're here and we're, on this journey together, leading and guiding each other. I have a great relationship with my children. Things don't always go, as planned. And today was one of those days. It was a lot of like frustration in the air. But I tell you, like being at home with them, which I was instructed to do today when I did my own read this morning, it's like 100% satisfying. Like I don't have to leave the house, do nothing. I can really just be here and enjoy the energy that's within my home. So I'm 100% grateful for my family life, my children, and my home. That's one thing that's constant and that I've been building and working on and all that type of stuff. So I'm thankful for that. So that's two things. The third thing, let's see, what else in my present moment am I grateful for? Anybody that wants to share? I was sharing 3 things that I am grateful for. Anybody that wants to share 3 things that they are grateful for. It could be something new. It could be something constant. Anything that comes to mind, just to take advantage of this full moon energy and really put yourself in the mind as we're here, on this platform for gratitude. I'm trying to think of another thing that I'm grateful for. It's a person that I'm grateful for. It's crazy because I can't even think about it without smiling. It's somebody that I met and like I don't even know how to talk about it, y'all. Like for real. It's like I don't know. I enjoy their company, their conversation. I've been learning a lot. I'm glad I wasn't closed off to a new connection because otherwise I would have definitely missed out on it. So we've been vibing, talking. I've been learning, I've been feeling real good about it. So I'm grateful for this particular person. They know who they are. Spirit knows who they are. I know who they are. I'm going to just say that. But I'm grateful for being able to exchange energy with this individual. And for, I've never really, I don't meet people that often that are on the same level. Like sometimes we may attract people energetically from the vibration. Like if I'm vibing low, then I might meet it might be some fucked up fucked up energy that I'm attracting. Come on in. But then hold on, I got food. Thank you. I saw the message. I was in the middle. I couldn't even. Yeah. See, when I said I was grateful for my kids, my son, he's feeding me without me having to ask. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I really feel like for the first time in my life, I met somebody that is on my level when I'm vibing high. Like we have our moments. And I had a low energy day, but I'm talking about in an overall sense, having a high vibration and being able to attract this person and us to be so connected and have this like soulmate thing going on. It's pretty dope. So I'm thankful for that individual as well. He is amazing. So we'll say that. So that's the 3 things I'm grateful for. I don't know anybody else didn't want to share what they were grateful for. My ice cream's gonna melt. It's already melted. But I had to just taste it. I had to just make sure it was real. So if y'all don't want to share what y'all grateful for, then we can go into the personal reads. I don't know if anybody is still here that said they wanted a personal from the very beginning. But we're going to move right along because there's times when I'm on here for 3 hours, and tonight is not one of those nights. Because I still want to be able to get some rest, reflect on my day, and most definitely to decompress, because I don't work my day job on the weekend. So I have my businesses, my spiritual work, and a lot of other stuff that I have to do. So I'm trying to really like be a little more precise with my timing and stuff, but still be open to spirit and what spirit may have to say, or how I need to like go about this whole thing. So if anybody wants a personal read, now is the time. You can either tell me in the comments. You do not have to come up in the box, but if you would like to, it does help me better to be able to read your energy if you come up in a box. So if you came at any point in time after I first made the introduction, my name is Lola B. I do what's called the Moon Mood Podcast, and I come on here twice a month for the new moon and the full moon for healing energy sessions. And depending on what phase the moon is in, we would either do intention setting or we would do gratitude and releasing rituals. I teach about how to utilize the moon's energy. So if you have not already, please go to my page. You can see my website link. You can book personal reads, or you can go to my YouTube, and I have some saved content to be able to tap into the teachings that I offer. How you doing, love?
How you doing? Fine.
I'm good. Did you want to read? Personal read?
Oh, shit, sure. I don't care.
Okay. All right. Have you ever gotten a reading before? No? Oh, man. I don't know how I feel about that. Because, well, I don't do traditional tarot. However, I'm more focused on like healing and whatever spirit may have to say to you for, you know, where you're at right now and what you need to do to get to the next phase. That's kind of like the main focus. But if you have any like questions you want to ask or anything like that would aid in the reading, most definitely welcome to that. So, yeah, let's do it. What do I want to start with? I've been starting with my Prism Oracle deck a lot lately. So let's keep it consistent. All right. How did you find me, if you don't mind me asking? How did you end up over here tonight?
I was just scrolling and I stopped and clicked and I heard you talking about the moon and the energy and stuff like that. I was like, okay, hold on. We'll check her out, see what she on.
Got you. Okay. Let's see. Did you have any specific questions? Anything that you needed some type of insight about?
Okay. I just got out of a 10-year relationship with somebody, and it's I ain't gonna say it's hard getting over, but you feel me? I'm having my complications. You feel me?
Okay.
And I just was thinking, because you feel me? I'm pushing 30. You know what I'm saying? That's been like my childhood sweetheart type shit. Like we've been together since junior high. I was just wondering, you know what I'm saying? Is there somebody still up here for me? You know what I'm saying?
Of course it's gonna be about love. But first off, don't be afraid of no type of rejection, because you know what I'm saying, coming from a relationship that long, you didn't put so much into that. And a lot of times, and even if it's not something that you did knowingly, we do, for lack of better words, lose a part of ourselves in those type of relationships. Because the whole point of like being in a relationship is to kind of like mesh. You know what I'm saying? So there's parts of them that you might have taken on, and then, you know, and vice versa. Because it's all about energy. It's the energy exchange, okay? It's a connection, a bond that was there. So leaving that type of relationship, it's like it could have you feeling, like you said, you know, you're not really sure about love. But see, this is the thing. Love comes within. You don't go looking for love. You don't seek love outside of yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to tap into the love that's within, because you can't really know or be able to even say how another can love you unless you know how to love yourself first. So like if you're you know, so you're looking for a new lady, you wouldn't be able to communicate with her in any way, shape, or form about how to love you until you love you. So coming from a relationship that was that long and that intense and that deep, with everything that you poured into it, it may be a time for you to kind of like reevaluate the way that you love yourself and not be afraid of any type of rejection. Strength card did come out. Okay. There's some things that were built inside of you during that time. Okay. But you now basically need to learn the difference. Learn the difference between you and them. You know what I'm saying? Like what parts of that relationship, what parts that you take from that relationship, you know what I'm saying, now that you can use to help yourself. The third card that did come out was abundance. Abundance. Now, abundance does have the coins on here, but it doesn't necessarily solely have to mean money. It could be abundance of love. You know what I'm saying? It could be abundance of anything that you're asking for. It's there. That dream came out. So basically, you have to tap into your strength and understanding that you can build whatever the life that you want. If it involves an intimate romantic relationship, then you can manifest that. It says your wish is coming true. So I'm not really sure, you know, that came right up. That's the second card to clarify for abundance. If it's saying celebrate your success, then it probably is it says hard work and breathe. Okay, so what have you been working on? It's some stuff that you've been working on that might not even have anything to do with this love that you're talking about, right? But exactly. Commitment and perseverance, because that's really what needs to happen. That a lot of us, I mean, I was that type of person that didn't go into solitude and didn't work on me in between relationships. I kind of just used to just like go from one to the next. But you got your wishes coming true that came out first, right? And then hard work. So you've been putting in some work. There was parts of you that was built up in that relationship, but you're able to use what you learned from that situation and continue to and basically harness that into some manifestation power, right? Then breathe came out. Do you meditate at all?
I mean, I smoke out once in a while.
No, if there are multiple forms of meditation, I 100% support that as well. Anything that helps you to ground, center yourself, and to clear your mind so that you can then tap into what your higher self is saying or what spirit is saying, that's a form of meditation. So it's telling you, you know what I'm saying, to continue to create that space within, because like I was saying, there's really no room for you to be like caught up on like, oh, is somebody gonna love me or not? Do you love you first? Because then the person that comes in, they gotta be able to match that. You understand what I'm saying? Like you don't want somebody coming in to fill a void just because you feel like one was left. You want them to, people are supposed to, in interpersonal relationships, especially romantic relationships, they're supposed to enhance your happiness, not make you happy. They're supposed to make your happiness increase. You see what I'm saying? So because it exists within, and that's with every concept. That's how love works. That's how, you know what I'm saying, you have to first tap into what's within in order for somebody else on the outside, because it's all energy. So when we collide, our energy feels bump. It's a chemical reaction, happens, and boom. You know what I'm saying? So you be vibing so high that first off, that you're attracting somebody at the same vibrational frequency as you. You know what I'm saying? That's first off.
It's like I got options. I'm gonna say I got options, but none of those options are what I want. And it's like they be feeling it. Like you feel me? Like I was just chilling with this chick last night, and I had to tell her like, all right, like you feel calm down, slow down, shit, because like, I'm not feeling the vibe like you feeling the vibe, but she definitely feeling the vibe. I'm like, how can you feel the vibe or I don't feel type shit? And it's just like I feel like I'm gonna be stuck with somebody I really don't want to be with type shit. Like,
but you're in control. You're in control. Said build castles in the sky. You are in control of your reality. You don't have to feel like you're going to be stuck in any situation you don't want to be in because you're the one that makes the decision. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can manifest whatever it is that you want. You know what I'm saying? So, small wins did come out.
I wanted you to like do. I need like a real serious reading too, because I had a friend that we stopped talking, but he died. But we stopped talking because
this car literally flew out right when you said that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
we stopped talking because he started fucking with the people that I used to fuck with, and you feel me? I feel like it was just total disrespect because the girl, you feel me, like I had messed around, got her pregnant or whatever, but she had lost a child, so we had split up for, you feel me, multiple reasons. But you feel me, that was my man's type shit, and you know, later on down the way, I guess them two got in. They started fucking around or whatever, but I just had quit fucking with him, quit talking. It was many times he tried to reach out, and I just ignored the shit out of him because I'm like, you feel me? I feel like that's just disrespectful as fuck. And couldn't find out, you feel me? Like I say, a year ago he died, and it's just been weighing heavy on me. Like I know he was trying to reach out, and I just want to let you feel me know if he any grudge or anything against me or. You feel me? Is there anything that he was trying to say or what? Because I know he killed himself. He was going through it with, you feel me? The same girl I got pregnant, and I don't know. He just couldn't take it no more.
So it's something that's intense about that energy. So small wins had came out first, and then right when you started talking about your friend, the rest in peace card came out, and then reliable friend came out after that. Reliable friend came out with the Jack of Clubs, and so I'm not sensing anything negative as far as like with that. I think a lot of times we are looking at the earthly part or the carnal part of the relationship, like you said. Like I felt the same way when my grandmother passed away. I hadn't talked to her for a whole year before she passed away, and when she died, when I got the news, I fell to my knees, and the first thing I thought was, "Damn, we wasn't even talking." But it's like that part weighed heavy on me. But then, based on what I do now, like I really believe, I heavily believe in ancestral and spirit communication. I talk to my grandmother every day, and she was able to basically tell me like that bullshit don't even matter. Like she's been helping me to like clear karma and get rid of childhood trauma and basically be able to do what I'm doing right now. And if I would have been stuck on like, damn, that the earthly part of our relationship, I would never have been able to utilize her help because see, we are spirit beings, right? So that means that it may have been some fucked up circumstance as to how like y'all ended, but y'all crossed each other path for a reason. And you said y'all was homeboys, right? Some shit played out, but at the end of the day, maybe the karma is not done being clear, and y'all relationship don't end just because he's not in a body right now. Y'all are still connected, so that means that he's still around to help you because you do got some new opportunities, especially with the abundance card and the wish coming true coming out for you. Got some new shit that's coming. If this is somebody who you feel deeply connected to on a soul level, he ain't went nowhere. You have to ask yourself as far as your beliefs and your comfort level. I tell people all the time, I need you to mute yourself, hon. Can you mute yourself? If you want to stay in the box, you have to mute yourself. I don't be having time to do all of that. And it's acting like you don't want to do it. Hold on, love. Lord have mercy. Sorry about that. I tried to mute it and it just, I don't know. But it depends on what you believe and then your comfort level. Because I tell people all the time, like if you tap in, and be welcoming, the spirits that are connected to you, they gonna start talking to you, and they gonna start helping you, and you'll be able to like really understand. You'll have a better understanding of what y'all earthly relationship was really about, like why y'all crossed each other paths. You know what I'm saying? What was the reason for it all? And a lot of times, unfortunately, those realizations don't come into play until after somebody has crossed over. You know what I'm saying? Because while we here on earth in the carnal, kind of stuck in those two lower chakras, root chakra, solar plexus chakra, we focused on something completely different. We want to eat, we want to fuck, we want to sleep, we want to go get money. You know what I'm saying? Like we stuck on other stuff, but it's something else at play here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't sense anything negative there, but you might have to. A lot of people that are led to me are intuitives. Are you aware of any of spiritual gifts that you might have?
Not at all.
Okay.
So you. It's like here, like this shit. I don't know, man.
But the fact that you even asked about somebody that crossed over and wanted to know if they had something to say to you, your mind is open enough to the concept of understanding that, you know what I'm saying? This is just a vehicle. This body is just a vessel. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I said, depending on what you believe in your comfort level and knowing, because spirit can talk to us in multiple ways. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what you're open to. But maybe sometimes during the meditations, in a different way that you meditate, maybe you might get a couple, you know what I'm saying, little things. But you know what I'm saying? If I would say, if you wanted to, I mean, because you can always go to intuitives like myself and kind of try to tap into this individual. But I always try to tell people that everything I can do, you can do. Now, I may have a higher inclination for certain things based on energy and based on the work I've done and what my specific assignment might be here on earth. But we all can communicate telepathically. We all can, you know what I'm saying, communicate with the spirits, even though they're in the spirit realm and we're on earth. Like everybody has.
I heard that open up like doors though, like.
Well, that's where protection comes into play, because like I said, Earth is just one planet and we might be in this realm, in this dimension, and there's a lot of other stuff out there, but it's nothing to be afraid of because we're of that. This is new to us. We're of that. So when we come here, we have to learn how this world works. You know what I'm saying? And figure out why we came here and what the whole purpose is. But we're of that. We're of the spirit realm. So it's really nothing to be afraid of. But if you feel like it's an issue of like protection and not being open to anything that you said, what?
So the afterlife can't hurt you. Like, is that what you're saying? The afterlife can't really hurt you.
I'm not. Well, I guess it depends on what your perception of what the afterlife actually is. I believe that I believe in reincarnation. So I believe that when we die a physical death, we then come back for another life. Now, the time period between that, I don't know, because time is relative. However, I do believe that, you know, we can continue to incarnate, you know, different lifetimes. I do not believe it's any harm in the afterlife. Are there forces out there? Is there a duality? If somebody like me that's working within light and all about good and positivity, is there the opposite? Most definitely, because that's just how the creator made it. But there, I mean, like I said, it's about protection. When I decided to put myself in this platform, I definitely had to up my protection prayers and spells and things like that to make sure that the attacks that would come or have came to me, that I'm, you know what I'm saying, have a shield to be able to continue to do what I know that I'm called to do. So you definitely don't want to go. I mean, think about protection in every way, shape, or form. Physical protection, like you go into new situations, making sure that you covered, right? That you would same way.
Have you ever got attacked? Have you ever felt forces coming for you?
Spiritually, yes, most definitely.
For real? What you do?
I deal with spell work. So I have to get on my altar. I have to connect to my spirit guides and my angels. I talk to them. I ask them what to do. I pay attention to every little sign. I don't take nothing as a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? And then I just been blessed recently to actually meet somebody in my life that one of their biggest things is as a protector to shield. So now that energy has been led in my life to help block shit that would come my way that would harm me. So it's like, I just try to stay as in tune as I possibly can and don't take nothing for a coincidence, because I definitely get it. The more I do this in a public format, the more I'm attacked. So I have to I don't have time to let my guard down anymore, because I chose to answer the call and say, you know what, I'm going to do this to help people. And so it's going to be forces that are going to try to stop me from doing it.
Have you ever seen something that like made you scared or made you not want to do this no more?
No. Energy wise, sometimes, like, I was very transparent at the beginning of this live to say that I was a low energy day. I almost talked myself out of it a few times because I was laying on the floor, didn't even want to get up. I was laying in the dark for a couple hours. You know what I'm saying? But never anything that scares me, because I didn't start this. My path didn't start where I'm at right now. I actually started. I was raised a Christian. I was raised in the Christian church. I had elevated so high, though. I was a youth pastor. I was a part of the ministry. I used to teach the kids and several different fellowships, and I got led away from that. But within the Christian faith, though, I saw a lot of things. I always would pray for God to open up my eyes. So I've seen things in the spirit realm that's like movie like that people would not think that's actually real. So when I got on this path of spirituality, I had already seen stuff that just, I'm not afraid of at all. So let's put this away, y'all. You okay. I was just making some room. No, yeah, I've seen stuff that it was really no fear for me, because even before I got on this path, I had seen things in the spirit realm that had already made this this whole thing very, very, very real to me. So never fear. Sometimes I get frustrated. Like, damn, why, you know what I'm saying? Why am I being attacked? Or why I'm a Sagittarius. It's a part of me that's a little bit idealistic sometimes. So sometimes I'm disconnected from thinking that bad things really do happen. I just be like, what is the point? Like, why is this happening? Like, why are people like this? But never fearful, though. Never fearful. So it doesn't match. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna do this, I dabble with spirits. I talk to spirits. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't be afraid. I have to. Yeah, no, because any little crack in the vessel, those type of that type of energy would definitely try to invade, and then it's a whole different situation.
Like, if I was trying to do like a Ouija board type shit, like, what type of protection would I do?
I wouldn't suggest for somebody who just ain't never dealt with the spirit realm just jump straight on a Ouija board, because they gonna come through. They gonna come through on the Ouija. They gonna come through. So Because it's something that you really want to be purposeful about, okay? Like when I'm sitting here giving people a read, you know what I'm saying? I'm asking, I always ask for permission. Like I have the ability to tap into to energy in multiple different ways, but I never do it intrusively. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very careful about the way that I choose to do it, and who I try to help people who come to me to ask for the help. I never try to be intrusive in the way that I do it. When you're dealing with the spirit realm, it's spirits waiting. You understand what I'm saying? Like how they have like the paranormal stuff all on TV and stuff like that. And a lot of people just like think it's a hoax or whatever. You have to understand it's energetic. So it's like it's energy inside of my cards. Okay, it's energy in this. It's energy in inanimate objects. It's energy, you know what I'm saying, flowing through everything. Energy is a life force, and that's how everything exists. You know what I'm saying? It's through energy. So it's like there's energy. You move into a house. There may be some energies that's left over there. You know what I'm saying? Or they talk about, you ever talk like when they talk about like ancient burial grounds and stuff, like anywhere they was burying bodies or where it was war, it's energy there. Like it's leftover energy as like a residual in everywhere, all the time, in every place, right? So when you do something like with the Ouija, it's the specific purpose of conjuring up energy. It's like it's telling those spirits, come on. So it's like I've never used it because I never had to. I've been in spirit communication since I was like in the 8th grade. I used to have very vivid dreams. And I've had to become more open and familiar with what this was all about. So I can't really speak personally about using it, but I would not suggest anybody to use it who hasn't already have some type of understanding of how to communicate with spirits. And definitely, like I was saying, knowing the specific steps to protect yourself. Because it could be maybe nothing happens right then and there, but then you can get an attachment. You can invite a spirit in that is gonna stay around, and then you know what I'm saying, you're opening yourself up to something and you're just not prepared for it. So I would suggest
that should be real. Like
yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
It's nothing fake about it. It's nothing fake about it. I know people want to try to play around and think it is, but if you're naive, just don't be foolish. Just because you don't know doesn't mean you need to play around with something that you may not be ready for. But see, I always encourage people to tap into that side, but you're going within your own prayers and meditations, do you have to figure out what's the best way to do that? You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't suggest anybody to play it just because it's, you know, the thing that people do. I personally wouldn't suggest it. You know what I'm saying? So
I got a couple dumbass white friends that be like, hey, we should do the Ouija board. I'm like, nah.
Yeah. I wouldn't suggest it unprotected just because, you know. And sometimes the depiction of the movie is as close as you're gonna get to really to seeing what could happen, because of course they're gonna show all the negative shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something that unless you're knowledgeable and prepared for it, it's no point in playing around with it, because then you're gonna be wondering why shit is the way it is. Or, you know, I'm a firm believer that mental illness and stuff is energy attachments. So when people be struggling, you know what I'm saying, with mental illness, I think that's what it is. It's about it's you know. So you don't want to introduce nothing into your life that you're truly not ready for. And through prayer and meditation, I feel like is what gets you to that point of knowing, you know, what direction you should go in. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I answered all your questions. If you had more, because I can keep pulling cards. Huh?
I said, are you a Christian?
No, so not anymore. I'm not. I don't follow the Christian doctrine anymore.
So who you pray for? I mean, who you pray to?
Who I pray to? So prayer is conversation. So I pray to my ancestors. I have spirit guides. I have angels that I work with one-on-one every day. I have a goddess that's of the Mayan culture that I reconnected with from a past life. So I pray to several different entities. But it just depends. Yeah. Did they help me do all of this?
because like you said, I grew up in the church too, like, you know what I'm saying, Christian, you know what I'm saying, choir boy, all that type shit. But it was like I seen more evil done in church than I seen out in the real world. Like I seen more spiteful and evil people in church than I did outside type shit.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's like once I got older and you feel me, was able to venture off and, you know what I'm saying, to do shit how I wanted to do it, was like, I'm not gonna say I don't believe in God, I believe in the higher power type shit, but a Christian God that came and did all of that, and I don't believe it.
Yeah, well, I believe that there are multiple gods. So if the Christians have their God, and I just decided not to serve their God anymore, I believe in a creator. What I don't believe is that the Christian God is the same as the creator. I don't believe they're one and the same. There are multiple gods and goddesses and other deities that people have idolized throughout the spans of lifetimes. It doesn't mean it's all the same. But if I'm referencing the creator, I'm talking about the life force and energy that created all. That means even every god, it had a hand in creating. So that's what I believe. So even though I have different entities I deal with, I do also believe in a higher power that's above and beyond the goddess, that I even work with, above that. But I had to differentiate because I did used to worship the Christian God. I did used to pray and worship in Jesus, but I acknowledge Jesus as being an ascended master, somebody that definitely, they recorded having come to earth to do a specific work. And I think every ascended master came here to raise the vibration of the planet. And that's what we're here for too. But there are some of us that don't remember when we first get here, and we do have to live a certain amount of life in a certain way to get back to that. Usually when you've mastered it, you come to earth and you're still connected. You automatically know. There's nothing shielding you, no veil, and there's no learning curve. You know what I'm saying? You just instantly come here and get straight to work. And they talk about those figures all throughout history all the time. And a lot of times as human beings, we have idolized them and raised them up to be a god and worship them because it's like, oh my God, here on earth on this low vibrational planet, we see this heavenly ass shit going on. And we just like, we're in awe instead of realizing that we too have the same abilities. You know what I'm saying?
So you hit the show American Gods?
I haven't seen it yet. I have not seen it. I'm not a big TV watcher because, the whole energy thing. Like I don't really watch a whole bunch of TV.
But it's deep though. It's about like what you talking about, like different gods and deities that people chose to, put on a higher pedestal.
Yeah. Okay.
Stuff like that. It's like it's deep. It's real deep.
Okay.
Deep.
Yeah, I might have to check it out. I think I heard some people talk about it. But I never made it back around to watch it. But yeah, so that's kind of what I believe. And that's what kind of, it led me away from Christianity just because Christianity just had too many holes and unanswered questions. And once I stepped away from that, a lot of the answers that I started getting, it was a process of remembering. It wasn't like I was learning this for the first time. Everything that I'm tapped into now is like, oh, this is something I've been into. It's something that I already know. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's made a huge difference because Christianity concepts and the doctrine, it's like I was taught those things. And then I had to unlearn them in order to come back to myself. So that's kind of how I know it's different.
I feel like that guy was mainly, I feel like he was just made up to enslave. I'm sorry. I feel like that was his main purpose, to enslave us. And I just feel like they pulled him off the ass. That's just how I feel. But man, you saying that you feel me believe in different deities and stuff like that. Is there anybody that you like specifically into or you know what I'm saying, your power from, or you know what I'm saying, like
yeah. So like I was saying, so I do tell people a lot of times to tap into the angel Metatron. Metatron is an archangel that helps to clear karma, negative energies, help you to cut cords from, you know what I'm saying, any person, place, or thing, but also to tap into your Akashic record. So if you are interested in learning about past lives and, you know, since tapping into that, Metatron is the angel that records everything from every being, you know what I'm saying, everything in existence. So I do work with Metatron.
How you call him?
I definitely would suggest you to do some research, look them up. But once you know the name, then it's just as simple as through your prayers, because it starts with belief. If you believe that this entity exists and can do this, Metatron is eager to help people. Every single time people come on my live and I tell people about Metatron and they go do research and start utilizing it, stuff starts opening up for them like instantly. So I would say look it up. Metatron. So Metatron is the angel's name. Metatron. Look them up. You know what I'm saying? So read what you can read. See how if it resonates with you, and then go ahead and start. Like I said, prayer is conversation. So, you know, however you meditate, normally when I sit and meditate, I have to light some incense. I may play some, you know, some frequency music or some meditation music, kind of get myself in the mode. And then I just start talking to them. So I deal with Metatron. I also get channel message. I also listen to the channel messages of an entity called Cryon. I don't know if anybody ever heard of that. Cryon is a specific entity that has a lot to do with Earth development, you know, being here to help human beings. So Cryon has a lot of good knowledge for helping us to clear karma and get out of that mindset of karma and just, you know what I'm saying, tap into our free will and basically dismantling a lot of the bullshit that we, you know, were taught or whatever. Cryon has channeled messages through several human beings. I believe it's a gentleman that's doing it now. Mr. Lee, I can't remember what his first name is, but if you were to look it up on like online or YouTube, it's a white, right? Yeah, a channeler, which is the same thing that essentially I do. When people come to me to ask me for messages, pulling cards and stuff, I'm a channeler at that moment because I am receiving messages from spirit to give to you. It's the same thing. With them, they're not using cards. They're just sitting there talking. And I could do the same thing. That's what pastors do. That's what, you know what I'm saying? Channeling messages. It's just, it may just look and sound. No, not possession. Not somebody taking over me. Me being used as a vessel and a go-between to receive the message and to give it to somebody else. And so there's different forms and types of channelers. Those channelers that deal with those high-level entities, they normally work with them for years at a time. So I came across Cryon probably about, let me see, how many years ago was it? Probably like 5 years ago. And I have consistently used that as a part of my studies to just like listen to some of the messages. So those are two. That's an angel and another entity I work with. The goddess that I work with, she goes by several names, but it is of the Mayan culture, which is Mexican in origin. Her name is Lady Rainbow. Ixchel, Shockshell is her name. She basically is, I don't know if you've ever heard of like representative of like the mother, maiden, and crone. If you ever seen the symbol where it's like the 3 moons, the 2 crescent moons on the side with the full moon in the middle, that's part of what that goddess represents. And so I work with that goddess more recently, one-on-one, just in my personal life, and just saw a lot of hey girl, and saw a lot of synchronicities in literally my incarnate life right now, and that goddess. So that's something that I can name. And then, like I said, I work with my own ancestors from my family, my soul family, and then I work with a lot of my spirit guides as well. So I work with Archangel Michael as well, the feminine counterpart, Faith. I work with.
So you dealing I was going back to the Mayan God you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said you can't be afraid and stuff like, you know what I'm saying, but they sacrifice like a lot of people in their rituals.
Oh, the Mayans?
The Mayans. Yeah, like they was on some fuck shit. They was cutting people's heads off, taking their motherfucking hearts out their bodies while they was still alive. Like
every ancient civilization had like sectors though, like if that makes sense. Like people it was people that always branched off and did their own thing. So I have never, to my knowledge, been connected to any like practice that had to do with like human sacrifices. But I was a medicine woman. I definitely deal a lot with spell work, a lot with herbal medicine. I do a lot with helping women through childbirth and through like hardships and relationships, stuff like that, stuff that carried over to this life. So I don't have any knowledge that I can remember of sacrificing. I do know about the animal sacrifices, but I don't really know that much about the human sacrifices. Other than what, we can read about history, I don't have no memory of that. I think a lot of people was doing.
Like a fertility god, right?
Huh?
She was dealing with the moon. I said she was more like a fertility god, right? Because she was dealing with the moon and.
Most definitely.
In some cultures, the moon represent like new life.
Yep.
Or getting over.
The feminine, the divine feminine, the divine feminine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah. It's okay, girl. I barely came on tonight, so I'm just blessed to be here. So yeah, you're right on point with that. So basically, though, I never went searching for anything. I prayed and just asked to be connected to whatever, gods, goddess, deities, angels, whatever, that were already connected to me. I wanted to be in alignment so that I wouldn't, like you said, just be kind of just all over the place with it. I really wanted to make sure that I was connecting to those that already were working with me, and I might not have been aware. And even when I pray, I always say known and unknown. I thank my ancestors, known and unknown, because there may be some that I don't know, you know what I'm saying, that are still helping me. So, yeah. But Metatron definitely helped me to make those connections, because I know about my past lives and all that type of stuff through, being able to meditate. So yeah. Yeah, so it's definitely a good discovery journey to go on. Being able to tap into self, you're gonna feel powerful and magical as fuck. I'm telling you. But yeah, thank you so much for all the questions and the engagement. I do appreciate it. I didn't think nobody's gonna hop up here tonight. It's been a weird night, but yeah.
See, that's why my friends don't be thinking I'll be weird, because I be getting into stuff like that. Like, I fuck with the whole energy outside of, you feel me, what's really going on in the world. Like, I see way deeper than, my friends, like, you weird as fuck. I'm like, that shit true. That shit real, though. Like,
it is.
Energy and everything you give off, like, in the world comes back and all of that. It just, I be feeling that shit.
Right. Oh, you said you got him saying affirmations every day? That's so cute. That's cute. I gotta get my boys back on it. I definitely will stop them in their tracks when they and make them sit and do some deep breathing if they're getting out of control. Hey, what's going on? Tattoo man.
Shit, I've been meaning to do that shit. I ain't gonna cut. Like, a couple of days ago, you feel me? Like, I don't know if you can see it over here, but
yeah.
I be getting into like my little dark days and dark times and shit like that. And I just be, you feel me? Like, I've been doing that shit since I was a little kid. And like, I don't know, I be trying to find little things to snap out of it, because it'd be like a mold that I get in. Like, I can't explain it. Like, I'll be cool 1 minute, and then the next minute it just feel like the whole fucking entire universe is just like pressuring me, like, you feel me, like everything, like I like everything I don't want to feel, just like I be feeling all at that one fucking moment, and it be like to the point where I just be like, you know what, I'm about to just You feel me? I might just take it, I might just go.
Yeah.
That'd be my only option. Like, I'm about to just go. Like, and then, especially, like, dealing with this breakup type shit is just weighing real heavy on me type shit. Because I got, you feel me, kids and everything. It's like, I don't know. It's like, she took everything. And just left me with shit, basically. Like, moved on, everything type shit. And to me, it was just like too fast. Like, you feel me? But that's already, you feel me, felt like in the inside, like it was already dead and she was already doing her own thing and all types of shit. So it was like, I was already getting myself mentally and physically prepared, you feel me, for what I'm about to go through. But it was like, damn, once it hit, and it like really hit, and it was just like,